Hey, loan officers that are watching or listening today. I have Sean O'Malley in the studio, and Sean is the head of recruiting at one of these companies. It's Capital Bank.
Capital Bank out of Rockville, Maryland.
Okay, wanted to make sure I have that right. Sean, before we get started with the questions, why would it be a good thing for a loan officer to watch or listen to this episode?
I think just there's always opportunities out there to learn about what realtors and loan officers are doing today to capture more business and how they're working together. So I'm always open to collaborating and talking about coaching and how we can help loan officers grow their business.
Awesome. And that's why I thought you'd be a good guest because you're recruiting. So you're probably helping loan officers grow their business or giving their tips. So we'll kind of start with an easy question at first. What are you seeing loan officers at your company doing to stay in front of their current agents and getting new agent relationships?
Yeah, I think in today's world, 2026, it's really about building a strong social platform, strong social brand across all platforms and consistent follow-up. I mean, it's really as simple as that. When you look at some of the top producers in the market, they're not doing anything special. Social media definitely plays a big role these days. So if you're on Instagram, you're doing video, you're on LinkedIn, hopefully you're going to attract some more customers and clients that way that you can generate.
Yeah, and I've seen, so I'm a big promoter of video with the loan officers that you're talking with. How has video helped their business?
I think it just really builds your brand. People love video. They want to see you. They want to know who you are. They want to learn a little bit more about you personally, as opposed to just the loan officer selling mortgages. So it puts you front and center. Unfortunately, 80% of the it's the 80-20 principle, right? 80% of the loan officers out there are not doing anything on social media, not doing anything to grab attention.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, it's the best way to get people to know, like, and trust you. So, 100%. I'm glad
Absolutely.
that you're seeing loan officers do that in your company. If I were a loan officer and I was going to just start over today, or maybe I'm a new LO, where's the best place to grow your business? Is it realtor relationships? Is it paid ads? Is it organic social? What would you say is the first place an LO should focus on?
I think, some of the old school approach, building out a strong database, reaching out to realtors. It could be over the phone, it could be by text, but having those kinds of systems in place so you can really scale your business again and using social media to lead generate, be on every platform, connect with people, send out messages, reply to their comments. And if you do that consistently, I think you're gonna find that you're gonna grow your business pretty quickly and build the relationships that you want to build.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100% with that, and especially, like, if you're gonna focus on realtors, focus on realtors. If you're gonna focus on, like, open houses is a great way to get in front of agents and grow your database because you can help with, like, the sign-in sheet and everything. Which
Absolutely.
kinda goes to my next question. There's a lot of loan officers that aren't sure how to prioritize their day. Is there a schedule, like, you coach your loan officers, like, Monday should be, like, contact your agents, Tuesday is contact past clients. Do you have something that, like, you could provide to this audience that's listening?
I mean, again, it's really about systems. I mean, having a strong CRM these days to stay in front of your database, and being disciplined and doing it every day. I think that's the biggest thing that most loan officers are unfortunately not salespeople, and they're not used to being hunters. When you look at the top producers in the market, they're the ones that are making sales calls and they have that daily discipline in place. So they know every day when they wake up, they've got a plan in front of them. They're either calling past clients, they're calling realtors, then maybe they're focused on divorce attorneys or financial advisors, or they're spending a couple hours on social media, and taking more of a consumer direct approach.
And I think that's important is have a plan every single day or every week if you plan weekly. Just make sure you commit to completing those action items because you might have a really good month and you're like, I don't have time to do that. You may be having a bad month and then you get unmotivated, right, to not do that. But I found if you just stay consistent, like if you write it down and you say you're going to do it because there's a reason that brings you to your good months, right? What do you have anything to add to that?
No, again, just it's as simple as being consistent and, again, it could be the old-fashioned way, prospecting realtors, building strong relationships, focused on your database, working your existing database, throwing events, those kinds of things, but pair that with a strong social media strategy, and you're going to get more business for sure. So, and we've also seen a lot of loan officers doing webinars, and that seems to be a trend right now. So I think it's just pick 2 or 3 things and focus the next 90 days on those activities and see where it gets you. You may find that one out of the three you just don't like, you throw it out and you try something new. But activity is the name of the game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Kind of just one more question. Is there a book or a podcast or a coach you recommend that all loan officers should know about, and why?
Yeah, there's quite a few out there. I love TLOP, or TLOP, which is Dustin Owens' podcast.
Mm.
And he's a former top producer, loan officer in the market. And he puts out some really great content on YouTube. And there's Go Coaching. There's also, Todd Duncan is, tried and true. He's been around for 35 years. So those are probably my three favorites. I mean, there's a ton of great content out there right now. So, and great coaches that are in the market.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I've heard of those too. And then, and Sean, before we end, what were the best places people can find you, either on social, your phone, working LOs, talk to you to learn more?
Yeah, these days I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. I try to put valuable content out there that loan officers can use to grow their business. So, and then really focused on branding for Capital Bank, and building our brand across the country.
Okay, that's awesome. Sean, I really appreciate you hopping on and sharing your insights. And follow Sean on LinkedIn is the best, or connect with him on LinkedIn is the best place to talk to him. And thanks again, Sean, for hopping on.
Thanks for having me, Devin. Really appreciate it.